Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. As you can see, I'm on a bicycle. I sold my truck. You remember my 2002 GMC 2500 HD? It was time. Only been running it for a year. Replaced the rockers, cab corners. I'm wanting to get something newer is the reason. Something a little more fuel efficient. It's got a 6.0 in it. Sold it in 12 hours. Got a wild hair, and I said, I think it'd be a good time to sell that truck and start looking for a new one going in. I got a daughter playing softball in Davison. My other kid's North Branch. It's just gonna be a lot of running. I'm gonna need 2 dependable vehicles. That was a good farm truck, but I'm gonna get something a little newer that I might have to actually drive some miles. Well, we had a mess last night. So more on the bike later on. That's my main transportation, and I gotta tell you, I've been really loving it. Strengthening my legs, have needed it. Feel the burn. Stop using them silos, and I mean, they're strong, but not like they were. Well, we're gonna build them back up by riding a bike. Anyway, 4:20 this morning, I got woken up. I usually get up about 4:40 anyway. Someone's blowing their horn. Now, who the heck would ever blow their horn at someone 4:40 in the morning? Well, I live right next to the farm. I woke up, I knew right away. Anybody in their right mind do something like that? Trying to let you know that the cows are out. So, first thing I said, the wife's like, what the heck? I said, the cows are out. I'm getting up. I got strapped on, got here. Called both my brothers. No answer. Now, we're talking the pastures just over yonder. They made a mess of the bean field. I mean, this looks like Girls Gone Wild 2025 edition. Bale out here. Now, I've had some time to calm down and reflect on this. That's why I'm not overly yelling and screaming. But the bull, I would be willing to wager a lot of money that the bull did this. The bull grabbed that bale with his head, and he rolled it right out here, and he started beating the crap out of it. Completely flattened them. I mean, this is, by the looks of it, I was loading, mixing feed this morning, and it's probably half acre. I mean, of course, they go way over, but these are completely flattened on the ground. I was just saying recently that, I mean, look at the pods on these beans. Phenomenal beans. My old wrestling coach's field right south of us, non-tile, but man, phenomenal. And something like this happens. Usually the cows are in the corn. Well, Girls Gone Wild, they were in the beans, and I did see this corn sticking up that didn't die from the spray. Well, it's gonna about die now. So anyway, we were just saying that they haven't gotten out this year. Been checking the fence, things like that, but turns out there was a lead. One of the leads on the fencer plugs in on the bottom. I just checked, it was out. Lee, my main man Lee, just put the fence back up, got it working. But yeah, they were way out here. I just wanted to say there's the silver lining to all this is they trashed this and rolled a bale out there. No, I mean, beans are bad enough. But these guys, well, look right here. I just saw this. That's cow hair. That was either a headbutt or a boom. Oh, hip thrust. Not a lot of damage to the bags. That was the only one I just saw. I just happened to just see it. I'll have to tape that up, but that's another issue with the bags. We love them. They work well for us. But one year we had them get out, and one of them must have did a complete headbutt twist and ripped a hole like that big. And when I got here to get them in, they were sitting here eating out of it. Well, they were rubbing. There's hair there. They were trying. I went around most of them earlier. That's the silver lining. Thank the Lord that they didn't bust open my bags. Now we're getting pretty far from the pasture. Well, the beans are still tore up. Cow patty there. And they're actually standing there eating out of my corn silage bag. So they're way over here. Got some corn on the ground. Got some weeds in front of us. They trashed them a little bit. So that's a good thing. But most of it was the beans. I also got another spot over here that I seen when I was spreading manure. Spreading manure through here, we left the lane and got some heavy clay on that side of the field. We're really putting it on there, but for some reason the bull, I'm gonna say the bull because they do some stupid stuff, got a little upset with this area and just started not only damaging the beans, but just completely uprooting them completely. You see this plastic right here? This isn't from the ag bag. This is super thin. My old wrestling coach, the greenhouse man, he used to have plastic laid in here when we first started renting this, and you still comes up every now and then. You know how they'll lay that liner in there when they're putting, I don't know if they're doing potatoes or what they're growing, but yeah, the beans got trashed. Girls Gone Wild. On today's agenda, I'm closing up my last ag bag. Well, disposing of it rather, and I'm not throwing these rocks anywhere because this is pretty much field. We'll take a look at that in a second, but I got a little collection of them right there. I'm going to dispose of the junk here, throw it in the manure spreader, dispose of the plastic, grade this all out. Hit a little wet hole here, but the water was kind of trapped. We'll clean all this up, dispose of it. Like I told my dad when I was doing this to another one, I was like, this is like me getting the bottom of a silo and wrapping it up, ending it, and then I opened up another silo on my own. And I mean, the silos are good because they're up in the air and you don't get as much spoilage as that in a silo, especially if you stay feeding out of it every day like you're supposed to. But this is a one-man job, what I do. I'm gonna use a skid steer. I'll show you. I just scoop it with a little low-profile bucket so you can see what you're doing and get the least amount on it, and fold it up and dump it in the dumpster. But I'm into this bag, and she's super cool, and the cows are just loving that. Man, I can just feel that's so cool. And we don't have a kernel processor on the chopper, but if you chop it early enough, green enough, you will mush all them little corn kernels, and that's just what we did last year. Here's some of your silage corn. There's 2 ears on this one. I peeled this one back for you. This stuff's getting pretty close. This wasn't the first field to plant though. The first field we planted, Dad and I, was down there by my brother's. That's where we'll probably start chopping. But yeah, the cows just sat right here and started munching. Then they got into this crease here, kind of a hedgerow, old hedgerow, and they trampled some of this velvet leaf. But there's still beans in here, so what a mess. Leave a comment down below if you guys got any fun stories of cows getting out. This honestly is minimal damage. If I had big holes in them bags, man, I'd be cussing them bags, cussing the fence. But you got to keep them in. They don't know what they're doing. They're running around when it's dark out, and you're lucky none of them got injured. I didn't see any this morning limping. They'll step and go somewhere where they don't even know where to go. There's no yard light out here. So we got lucky, even though they did some damage. Now the bike, I got a little light for the front and a red tail light for the back. I turned them on this morning when she come blowing the horn. I ran out there pretty much in my underwear and I just started waving to the lady. And then she said, "Oh, cows, you know your cows are on." I'm like, yeah, thank you. Got my clothes on, turned my lights on. My wife said she was watching me from the window, and I just sped off on my little bike. We're gonna go for a family bike ride later, at least some of the kids and I. Took them down the lane the other day, and Chloe, she was pushing her bike up because it's quite the hill coming back up. Oh, I was feeling it. We're all feeling it. She was pushing it up. I'm like, "Why are you pushing your bike?" "My legs are burning." And I said, "Yeah, feel the burn." So it's been a kind of a cool little surprise where it's getting us back in shape, because if you lose your muscle, work's not going to be as easy. Look for a bike ride. Oh, by the way, it's Labor Day weekend. Let's have fun. Let's go. There's our spreader. That's a 4240 after getting that 7720. We ended up putting this back on the spreader first time. The white's in there, that'll be for winter if it gets too wet and muddy, but this does pretty good. She ran that 16-foot disc line. This isn't nothing for her. Daryl's Val Metal mixer is still here. Kind of drive around it and hope we don't run into it. That should work. I'm gonna get this loader out of here. I'll drive this up and grab the skid steer. Remember I told you I was in my second year of this bagging. Not thinking about it, really, I'm at the end of my first full year. Because underneath these bags, these are from last year, and they got a little dicey in there. But that's how it all is. I laid that gravel and put the bag on it. Once I get it emptied and I can roll back over it and grade it a little bit, it'll harden back up. And someone did that. And I'm proud of myself for not making an issue. I'm trying to be a better person. Although people need to be held accountable, so it's a fine line to walk when you're dealing with family. Someone hit that. They smacked it with the bean head, moving the bean head there. They had to make a wide turn. Those got a long tongue. One of my brothers, I'm pretty sure. If not, I'd have heard about it by now. So I didn't say anything, oh, I was bad when I seen that. Oh, but you live and learn. This other bucket here. A little bit bigger. All the way out here. We left a lane between this field of soybeans. One of the last ones I really planted, but to tell you how much rain and humidity we had, these beans are excellent. And we're spreading over here. We'll be putting it to wheat here in probably a couple more weeks. That was the plan. Good sized piece here we let. It's 20 acres. Gets deep, heavy clay, but this cow manure gonna help. Okay, and there's your cleanup. Grade it out. We'll get riding on this more when we're spreading manure, and it'll harden up, and I'll grade it some more. I went and got that loader, that bigger loader, because it just grades better than the skid steer. And even better than that, once this, this is pretty moist yet. Once the sun hits it for a day or two, I'll get that tractor and back blade out, and that really helps level it. But looks, it's in pretty good shape. I've really taken a liking to these ag bags. They're just, the plastic's kind of a pain because I gotta, hang on a second. Because I gotta dump it in the dumpster, but this is all pretty much a one-man deal. And like Dad would say, you know, you don't want to run this farm alone. You're not gonna do it alone. I don't mean it like that. I just mean when we get done harvesting, it takes a team. But as far as feeding, I completely manage all this feed, bags. I got my right mix. I deal with the nutritionist. The silos didn't hold enough, and it was just more than that. Electric motors. I'm not an electrician. I mean, I learned from my dad how to repair them. Start capacitors, collector rings. You guys at farm know what I'm talking about. Augers. As long as you keep your loader and your mixer, my mixer's new, I can completely take care of these cows' feed on my own. There's no, hey, the motor's not starting. Hey, I'm up here. It's darker than heck in there. It's colder. It's not for everybody. I get that. You got silos, you like them, you love them, good. Glad and happy for you. I like these bags. They're working. And I'm getting better and better at it. I really am. I feel like I am. And I'm just being able to clean up after them and things like that. So there's my little chat on the bags, but it's working. Not for everybody. A lot of guys do not like these bags, but for me, I care about my health. I want to stay strong, and I want to be on the ground in the barnyard. 80-degree day. Just checking in on the cows. Still hot. Laying in there pretty good. Laying there pretty good. This one's got a bump foot, I see. I'll open this fence back up to the field since she's working, and hopefully they stay in tonight. I got off my bicycle, grabbed the gator. I was running them around. Most of them are over here eating that hay, and they ran all the way around. And then there's a little Tyson bull. Got 137 mounted, giving her the old double pump. Well, he's got another cow bred, hopefully there. Man, he's long walking her. How you doing today? You want to keep going? Mm-hmm. All right, keep going. The girls took off, and then Grant, he's on a little wheel bike. I wanted to show you this fourth cutting hay coming up, and this main chopping corn. The back side of it I already showed you. Some of these outside rows don't look like much, but your insides, big, tall. Looks like a pretty good crop. And your fourth cutting will be going after this probably 10 days, depending on the weather, but this field and the next one. Looks like they've already turned back around. Feel the burn, guys.
What?
Ah, going up that hill, feel the burn. Get him, Grant. Making our way back. Pumping it, Grant. How you doing? Grant said, yes, I'm fine, but I'm so tired. Grant, keep pushing. Keep going. Yeah, you feel it on them thighs. Chloe, we'll see if she makes it and doesn't stop. A couple days ago, she stopped about right here and just had to push. She's still going. Keep going, buddy. You got this. Feel the burn. Oh, they're stopping. We're gaining on you. Feel the burn, girls. Work it. Whoa. Nice farm scene here, guys. Nice picture. Besides that, them weeds, but here comes Big Boy. Feel the burn, Grant. Feel the burn. There's my big crossbred. Yeah, keep going, buddy. I'll catch up with you. My big crossbred breeding these heifers. They're all, whoa, they're all bred, I think. That's why he's so mad. They're going back. That was 2 miles. They're going 3, be 4 on the way back. No, Grant. I think we're about done. I need some water. And just reach our hand in here. See if they'll let you pet them.
They're just going around the they're right there. Oh.
Here, buddy. Is this a friendly one? Yep, we got a friendly one.
Oh. Never mind.
We got one here with a black eye. Black patch around her eye.
Oh.
I like feel that pretty good, actually.
Go!
You tired now?
Ooh.
Good, good. All right, we'll head back.
To go down the lane.
That took 20 minutes.
What?
Sammy's waiting for us because she didn't have a bike her size.
Oh, baby Summer.
Mom's picking flowers. Sammy, thanks for being patient.